I can equally execute my buy. I think we currently have a what? Well, this is massive. This right here is massive. I was going to say I think we currently have news, but I think the news just what strikes right. Hello guys, and welcome back to this channel. So today's 714 method, as you can see, I'm currently in a trade. Now my first TP has already been hit, but price is currently pushing all the way up into my what? My second trade, right? Now I'm not really confident in executing a buy at around this zone right here, and I wasn't really looking at the market when it started pushing all the way up. So the least I can do is just wait for the what? The second trade to be taken out before I can actually execute a 714 method buy. Now, obviously, you realize that it was very, very simple today, or it would have been simple today, right? All you needed was the last low, as you can see. Price did push all the way through it, though, but that's right, there was the last low. So after price pushed through it, we're in a downtrend within this zone, so we're expecting an uptrend. Now, price this pushed through that last low, but yes, you could have just waited for this reaction. You could have bought around this zone right here. So let me just take this out because so this is what I'm saying, right? We're in a downtrend within the 714 method. This was our last what order block. Price took out the last high right here, making a change of character. Now you could have waited for that change of character to execute your buys and push all the way up. That should have been what you are actually looking at, right? So you could have been in this trade from here all the way up. You could have been in that what marvelous trade. Now the reason why I did not take out this trade right here, and I definitely am not in a bias right now, is price is consolidating at the moment, right? So let me take this out so that we'll go to the 2 hour time frame so that I'll show you this just right quick. So this is what we are currently looking at. Obviously, I could have used this time frame, but it's quite bulky and I don't want to confuse you guys. I know what's happening, but I might confuse you guys. So this is what we are having, right? First of all, we can see a double touch right here. That right there is a double top. Below here, creating currently is also a double bottom. So what this is telling us is price is currently just in a what? A consolidation, as you can see. Now there's a high chance price might get back to this zone before we actually break through it. But there's also a chance that price might not even get to that level and just probably maybe reverse all the way down and continue shooting all the way down. So today's 714 method, I don't really know what I'm going to be expecting because of this consolidation, right? But we already know we are looking forward for a buy. So you could have already been in a buy within the zone. And if you're having a consolidation, you know that this right here is a level for buyers and this right here is a level for what? Sellers. So you could have bought from this zone all the way up to this range right here. But I'll suggest the way today's price is moving, even though it actually shows that yes, we have a serious trend movement, right? There's a serious trend movement, and price can easily take out this high and continue shooting all the way up. But I don't really see that happening anytime soon. Even if it's going to happen, it has to take this high. So I'll likely just get out of this trade so that if price take out this high, I can execute a trade. But other than that, I don't really think I should be executing a trade within this zone right here. This is our last what change of character. This is our last change of character, and price is pulling liquidity and rejecting from a what? A fair value gap, which is around this zone right here. And this right here is the 714 method zone, right? So this right here is the zone, and this right here is the zone. So you see that there are a lot of things happening currently. We are in an uptrend. You should have already bought from this range all the way up. I was in a sell because I'm looking at the bigger time frame. I'm actually executing my trade based on the bigger time frame. And on the bigger time frame, I was looking for a rejection around this zone all the way down. So that's why I entered that sell from that level all the way down to this zone again. Now I've already taken my first TP, but I have to wait. First TP was around this zone right here. It was around this level right here at the tip of this last lows right here. So my second TP was quite a little bit down. I was looking forward for price dropping all the way down to this zone. But currently, what I'm just waiting for is for price to take out this fair value gap. When the fair value gap is taken out, I can equally join you guys and we just continue shooting all the way up, because currently what price is telling us is there's a lot of buyers around this zone right here. Sellers couldn't actually do what? Go through it, right? So that's just what I'm looking at. But if price also comes all the way down and take out this low, you probably should be looking for price to come back and retest it so that you can use the breakup block to execute a trade. So if price takes out this low, this is the last what sell candle. So after taking out this, wait for a retest and you probably execute your trade all the way down. But so far so good. This is what I'm looking at. Yes, you should have been in the trade around this zone. I wasn't really looking at the market right there. I was having an alarm around this zone right here in case price is coming back to my second TP, or my second trade rather, sorry. So yes, this is what we are looking at. We can also see a candle formation or a chart pattern formation happening just around this zone right here. When you are always having a problem with analyzing or marking your levels, just change it to a what? A line chart, right? Just change it to a line chart. You get everything very, very nice. So we can see one happening right there. We can see a lot. So it's not consistent. So when you look at uh, a line chart and you see that what you are currently seeing is not consistent, right? So look at this. It's not consistent. We are having one, we are having two, we are having three. Meaning it's not consistent. It's not a trend line you should actually focus on, right? It's not a trend line you should focus on. It's not a consistent what trend line. But if price keeps hitting it and hitting it and hitting it for a couple of times before actually reversing, that is a consistent what trend line. You can actually consider using that trend line. But so far so good. This is what I'm looking at. I don't really care about price movement for now because it's not really telling me anything serious. By looking at the bigger time frame, you can see that price did not really get exactly into where I wanted it to be. I would have already been in a bigger buy within this zone right here. But price did not necessarily get to the place that I wanted to be. I wanted to either touch this trend line right here or pull liquidity from this fair value gap or just below this zone right here before we continue shooting all the way up. That is what I want. But price can equally not do that. Do you understand? That's why you should separate your emotions from what is actually happening within the market. So what is happening within the market currently is I was looking at price rejection from here, so I knew we'll have probably another rejection back down to the zone. So I entered my sell first TP within that range right there. After price equally takes it out, I'll be looking forward for price pushing down. But if price doesn't, then we end up reversing all the way back up to this highs right here. I'll equally be looking for buys, right? Because I'll think price is now ready to continue shooting all the way up. But so far, so good. This is what we're having within the 714 method. We're in a downtrend. You should have bought and you would have gotten the buy from here all the way up to this zone right here, or within this other block right here. This was a confirmation, a change of character. Could have bought to this level, but your first TP could have been here. And with this rejection, your first TP wouldn't have been hit yet. As you can see, your first TP could have been at this high, and your second TP could have been at this high right here. And it would have not been hitting yet, and you still would have been waiting for it to get hit with all these rejections happening. But with the bigger time frame that I'm actually executing my trades on, I'm looking at a sell. So mine is quite different. If price reverses all the way back down, and I have another push all the way up, or even if this takes out this high, I know this trade is currently gone, right? And I know we have finally reversed all the way up into all the way into an what uptrend with this low or with this lows right here supporting that upward movement. I can equally execute my buy. I think we currently have a what? Well, this is massive. This right here is massive. I was going to say I think we currently have news, but I think the news just what strikes right. So look at it. This is quite. This is extremely good. To be honest, this is extremely good. Now price is actually going all the way down to my final TP. This right here was my final TP, and price is pushing all the way down to it. I have to get out of this trade at 20k. I don't really trade what news, and this is amazing. This is amazing. They are giving me an alert GBP as well. I have to get out. I have to get out of this trade right now. So I'm out of the trade. I'm out of the trade. Price might get to it, but I'm out of the trade. The news went well. I'm out of the trade. Now I've already told you guys I was looking at a bigger time frame, and with that bigger time frame, I was looking at a what a sell. As you can see, price shooting all the way down. Very very nice. That's why it's very very important to always try your best and do what use the bigger time frame to guide your what your executions. Now if you were buying, you see that you would have lost a lot because this was quite fast, but for me, I was already selling at this high right here because I was looking at a bigger time frame, and this is marvelous. Trust me, this right here is marvelous. I'm actually happy with the trend. This is amazing. Now I'll be looking forward to executing buys around this zone. If I get a serious what price movement up, I'll be looking for buys. But currently I'm out. I don't trade news. To be honest, I don't trade news. You can see that I wasn't really aware that there was even news. To be honest, I wasn't really aware of the news. And seeing the news, you can see that I got out early because I don't really trade news. But that's just it for today. I'm done for the day. I don't really have to trade anymore. I'm done for the day. The news actually spiked that much and it's quite good. But I'm done for the day. I'll see you guys in the next video. I this is amazing. This is amazing. I'll see you guys in the next video.